5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Magnolia Live! Hello, I'm John with this week's Magnolia Live. So we're going to touch base with the Browns this week. So the Browns signed Denzel Ward to a 2-year extension worth $62.2 million, making him the highest paid cornerback in the NFL. Coach Todd Monken promises an old-school, grueling training camp with loud music, intense practices, pushing players to their limits. Deshaun Watson is viewed as the early frontrunner and holds a slight edge following minicamp. Shedeur Sanders is entering his second year and pushing hard for the starting role after seeing action in his rookie season. Head coach Todd Monken chose to let both players compete rather than naming a starter before training camp. The Browns are scheduled to open their regular season against the Jacksonville Jaguars on September 13th. Personally, I believe that Sanders will win over the starting job and break the rumors about him being traded. Cleveland does have an easy schedule this year, and with the loss of Myles Garrett to the Rams, we are definitely rebuilding this year on defense. I'm guessing the Browns will go 8-8 this year. They do start training camp in 2 days, and everyone has to be present. All I can say is, here we go, Brownies, here we go, hoo, hoo. It will be an interesting season with that, and let's get this show on the road. We're starting off with this week's quote from Dennis.
This is Dennis with today's quote from a rock star. Dreams, they come true and go, but thoughts like love will always grow. This is a quote from Meatloaf. Thank you for your time. Now back to more Magnolia News. See you soon. Bye for now.
Wow, what a great quote. Thanks, Dennis. So moving right along, we have our Critic Corner with Tim.
Welcome back to Critic Corner. I'm Tim Fain, and today we're taking a trip back into the Wizarding World to review Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I give this movie 9 out of 10 stars. What I really enjoyed most was the plot. Instead of following Harry Potter, the story introduces us to Newt Scamander and expands the Wizarding World in a fresh and exciting way. From magical creatures escaping across New York City to the mystery surrounding the dangerous obscurus, the movie kept me interested from beginning to end. The character designs are another highlight. The costumes, hairstyles, and magical details perfectly capture the 1920s setting while still feeling unmistakably like the Wizarding World. Every character has a unique look that helps them stand out. My favorite character is Percival Graves, who is eventually revealed to be the Dark Wizard Grindelwald. I thought that twist was one of the biggest surprises in the movie. Colin Farrell's mysterious performance kept me guessing right up until the reveal. A very close second is Jacob Kowalski. Even though he's a no match, he quickly becomes one of the heart and soul of the film. He's funny, kind, and always finds himself in the middle of magical situations he never imagined. His friendship with Newt and his relationship with Queenie make him one of the most lovable characters of the Wizarding world. Overall, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is a magical adventure with an engaging story, memorable characters, impressive creature designs, and plenty of surprises. If you're a fan of the Harry Potter universe and want to explore another chapter of its history, this movie is definitely worth watching. I'm Tim Fain, and I'll see you next time on Critic Corner.
Wow, what a great review. Thanks, Tim. Okay, here is Eric with this week's standard.
Hi, I'm Eric with this week's standard number 10. Clubhouse staff have generalist roles. All staff share employment, housing, evening, and weekend holiday and unit responsibilities. Clubhouse staff do not divide their time between Clubhouse and other major work responsibilities. That conflict with the unique nature of member and staff relationships. That was your standard for the week. Back to more news.
Great, thanks, Eric. Now we have our health and wellness report with Eric.
Hello, Magnolia Clubhouse members and staff. Today we'll be discussing the importance of staying hydrated in this treacherous heat that we've been experiencing lately. To stay hydrated in the heat, drink plain water regularly. Add hydrolyte drinks during heavy sweat, and eat water-rich foods. Do not wait until you feel thirsty to start drinking. Also, eating hydrated foods, including water-rich foods like watermelon, strawberries, and cantaloupe, and hydrated veggies like raw cucumbers, celery, and tomatoes, which holds high water content. These are some ways to stay hydrated in this weather condition. Thank you. Back to more Magnolia News.
Next we have Scott with this week's sports report.
Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Magnolia Clubhouse Sports. I'm Scott Trella. The Guardians split the doubleheader with the Reds yesterday. They won the first game 6-5, and Kyle Manzardo hit a grand slam in that one. But unfortunately, they lost the second game as they got shut out 2-0. And it's great to have Jose Ramirez back from injury. He stole 2 bases in the first game, and he scored on a sacrifice fly. And the Guardians are 2.5 games back of the White Sox in the AL Central. The MLB trade deadline is getting closer, and I do feel they need to do something before it's over. And the Guardians got some pretty good picks to target. We'll see what they do when the trade deadline goes into effect. Angel Martinez and Chase DeLauder are both back from injuries. That should boost the Guardians' offense. They play the Reds tonight at 7:10. They will try to take 2 out of 3. First pitch 7:10 on the radio home of the Browns. WTAM 1100. You can also see it, I believe, on Guardians TV. College football is not too far away, as the Buckeye season will begin on September 5th, as they will take on Ball State in their first game. And the big game against mighty Texas is just around the corner in week 2. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Magnolia Clubhouse Sports. My buddy John Sears will be back next week with an update on Buckeyes' upcoming season and the Browns. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.
Thanks, Scott. That was great, as usual. Now we have some resources with Carl.
Hello, this is Carl, and I'm here today with your weekend freebies. These are a couple of things that are free this weekend, and they are sure not to disappoint. Cleveland Cultural Gardens walk along the 1.5 mile stretch in Rockefeller Park to see monuments representing over 37 different cultures. Open daily with free admission. taking practice to new heights this season with complimentary rooftop yoga classes at Van Aiken District. Edgewater Park is always a classic view-free event at go soak your feet in the water and swim with the sharks and find some cool seashells. Live long and prosper from me, and now back to more Magnolia News.
Well, that was some great information. Thanks, Carl. Well, that will just about do it for this week's Magnolia Live. Thanks for having me, Magnolia, and we'll see you next week. And remember, stay classy, Cleveland.